Well, welcome back. President Trump is dismantling Voice of America, otherwise known as VOA, and other government-funded news outlets. Instead of journalism, this video has been playing on VOA, asserting that it will be, quote, reliable and authoritative. All full-time employees and contractors with the broadcaster have been placed on leave, and the staff lost their access to headquarters over the weekend. Nancy Cordes joins me now. Nancy, it's great to see you. For the audience who may not be up to speed, what is VOA and these other associated news organizations funded by the federal government?
VOA has been in existence, Major, for 82 years. It started actually as a radio outlet during World War II, reporting behind enemy lines, later reporting behind the Iron Curtain. And its essential function is to cover the U.S. and cover the world for audiences abroad. Americans don't see it here in the U.S., but there are 360 million people who see VOA's reporting on a weekly basis. It's translated into 50 different languages, and it's essentially meant to export American democracy for people living in repressive countries. This might be the only non-propaganda version of the news that they see, telling the real story of what America is and what it isn't.
And it's journalistic. It's not state-run media.
No, it is not. It is funded by the federal government, about $270 million a year. But these are real reporters. Some are Americans. Some come from other countries here to the U.S. They report from Ukraine. They report from the war in the Middle East. They report from the White House. And the goal is to be non-biased and to essentially show the rest of the world how you cover the news when you're not being clamped down by an authoritarian regime.
You talked to Michael Abramowitz, who is the director of VOA, about some of these issues. Let's listen.
Right now, VOA is shuttered. And if it's off the air for weeks and weeks and weeks, I really fail to see how it will be reconstituted, and it could be a major, really self-inflicted blow to the national security interests of the United States.
Why is that?
Because it's an incredibly important tool for reaching, for basically combating Chinese, Russian, Iranian, disinformation, for telling the truth to people living under tyranny. If America pulls off the playing field and cedes it to our adversaries, then they're going to be telling the narratives that people around the world are going to be hearing, and that can't be good for America.
They're going to be hearing an anti-American message.
They're going to be hearing an anti-American narrative, and we need to fight that.
This is Michael Abramowitz's first interview. Well done, Nancy. I want to play some more of that conversation. Let's listen.
I think that VOA can help the president achieve his agenda, and I hope he'll give it a chance to do that. I'm not going to say that everyone at VOA is not perfect, but I really believe that at VOA, the journalists, by and large, if they have a bias, they hate totalitarianism, they hate tyranny, they hate authoritarianism. They are people who have fought bravely for freedom and for a free press in their own countries, and now they want to do it here in the United States.
Nancy, in the 45 seconds I have remaining with you, which I know is not justice enough, where is this heading? What does Michael fear?
It's a great question. We don't know what the future of VOA will be. The Trump administration has argued that VOA has been too critical of the commander-in-chief, so they have shuttered it for now. But you played that video where it says they will be coming back in some form. They will represent America. We just don't know what form that will take. So all these employees are really in limbo right now.
Nancy Cordes, great interview.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much.